In this short video demonstration, I would like to briefly talk about our extension kit, Document AI, more specifically about our integration with the Microsoft Foundry. So in the last year, we have released the version of the extension kit, which included the module called Document AI. In this module, we have added support for integration between M-Files and the Microsoft Azure Document Intelligence. We wanted to add support for the document intelligence because it has pre-built machine learning models like the invoice model or layout model, receipt model for the metadata extraction and the classification. And in the ending of the last year, we started working on the Microsoft Foundry integration, which then allows us a lot of new functionality in addition to the Azure Document Intelligence. And those functionalities include stuff like selection of the LLM that you would like to do integration with. You can do the data extraction, you can do classification. But the most important part is that you're flexible in terms of AI model usage. On another note, it is also important that we have added support for this integration within the extension kit, meaning that you can use the same trigger-based logic that is supported with the extension kit, meaning that you can choose when and which documents you would like to analyze using Microsoft Foundry. Why it is important for us and why it was important for us to include the integration with the Microsoft Foundry? It's because Microsoft Foundry is Microsoft service that Microsoft now develops in a sense that it is a full AI app and agent factory, meaning that with the Microsoft Foundry, you can work with almost any LLM, and you can also create agentic AI solutions, building workflows, agentic workflows within the Microsoft Foundry, connecting different LLMs and stuff like that. So the most important part about the Microsoft Foundry is that you can choose which model you want to work with. If we take a look at the Microsoft Foundry portal, here under the Discover, you're able to see that Microsoft Foundry now has support for more than 11,000 different models. So here you can pick which one you want to work with. For example, you can select GPT or, for example, Mistral Large 3. Now, when you select it, you are able to deploy the model. So once you deploy the model, it will become visible in the build section of the Foundry. Here, you're now able to select specific model you want to work with. Now, every model has its own advantages, its own pricing. They're built for different purposes, meaning that for the document management scenarios, you can choose the most appropriate one for your use case. So if you're in a specific industry or you want to process the documents that are written in specific language, you can choose the most appropriate model for your case. Now, once you deploy the model, it will be visible here in the list of the models. And what I have prepared for this demonstration is I'm using the Mistral Medium model. I provided an instruction here that you are a document analysis system that extracts metadata from documents, and that you must respond only with valid JSON. Do not include any explanatory text before or after the JSON. I just provided the OCR version of one invoice, and I wanted to check the results. This is the JSON, resulting JSON of that extraction, which includes some information about the store, about the purchase, dates, amounts, stuff like that, but also it includes list of the items in the array of the items. Now, let's switch to the extension kit. As I said, it is configured as any other extension kit rule. Basically, I created one rule, which is extract invoices. Here I define that the trigger will be whenever a new object is created, and I want to work only with the documents of class invoice. Now, as I also said, there are two AI services available. One is the Azure Document Intelligence, another one is Microsoft Foundry. If you select the Microsoft Foundry, you have an access to the Microsoft Foundry AI actions, and there are two available action types. One is the extract or classify. For this demonstration, I want to extract information and an extraction model. As you can see here, there are three models here, the same ones as are available within the Foundry. I mean, available as deployed models in the Foundry. You can deploy any model as you want. Now I selected this Mistral medium, and then here I provided the same model instruction as in the previous example. And what I want to do is I just briefly set two properties. You can specify which field you want to work with. For this specific one, I provided a couple of examples, but actually you need only one. The good thing is that you can also provide additional context for the LLM. So I provided here that I want to for the specific Mistral medium model to format dates in that specific format, so they can be stored as a property in the M files. And then the resulting property is the invoice date. The same I have done with receipt number, but just didn't provide any additional description because I want to, whatever is a number, just store it as a text property in the M files. The good thing is that you can achieve some advanced scenarios like create the objects. So if you remember here, this Foundry is able to return some items like item name, quantity, price, and the total. You can also create objects from the resulting JSON on the Foundry. Here I define create line items. I just put some label. And then I said, okay, this is going to be array. I want to create objects of type line item. And this is going to be key of my property in the resulting JSON that is retrieved from the LLM. And then with the same logic as I was extracting the metadata from the in the previous section, I'm also specifying the query field. I can specify the additional context, and I specified where this information is going to be stored as a metadata in M files. So if I go back to the M files, here I have some invoice example. If I just create this document and I just label this as an invoice, I'm going to click check in immediately. What is going to happen is that Microsoft Foundry is now in the background going to process this invoice and create line items, extracting the information about date and the receipt number. So basically, this was a very brief overview of the use case. The idea is that by using the extension kit, you can cherry pick the most appropriate LLM for you, deploy this within the Microsoft Azure, and then analyze documents using the extension kit. And as you had, you could see, you don't have to write a single line of code. It's just the matter of playing around with the model, testing the output of the model, and then storing or mapping the values that model retrieves to the metadata in the M files. Thank you for